Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nini. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome and thank you for watching. So today I am going to do a bunch of lip swatches and we're going to do liquid lipsticks. So I hadn't really been into liquid lipsticks, and in the last few months I just sort of accumulated a few that I wanted to share with you that I really like. And they vary in formula and texture and wear and last. So I'll be swatching them, I'll be talking a little bit about them, and I will swatch both on arm, this is not my arm, on my hand and on my lips. So let's get started. So this one is by Boon in the color Bella, and they have a few other shades. I think a total of 3 different shades. First of all, I'm not crazy about this actual color on me. I think it would look a lot better, or I know it looks a lot better on, in my opinion, on lighter complexioned folks. So there are a couple other colors that I really like and I want to try out. The formula is really light, it's very comfortable, and it feels a little thin, so it doesn't feel like a heavy lipstick or anything like that. It just feels like I'm applying like lip gloss, but a little bit more watery. It has a more watery kind of texture, which can actually cause it to be a little bit streaky. In this particular shade, I don't know if the other shades are different, but a little bit about the formula. It has no parabens, no GMOs, no synthetic colors, no synthetic fragrances. It's cruelty-free and vegan. In terms of transfer, it very much does transfer, so I'm just gonna do a quick kind of test and you can see. So definitely transfers. It doesn't really dry down in my experience. It kind of just stays kind of dewy on the lips. So that is definitely why there's a lot of transfer on this one. The wear time, it's probably, of the ones that I'm going to try on and swatch, the one that has the least staying power. So I put it on, and if I'm drinking, it's okay. It will just kind of disappear a little bit, but once I eat a meal, like, it's completely gone. So that's this one. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so this one is by Au Natural. It is in the color Hero. It's part of their new products that they've just launched. They have a bunch of different shades. If this isn't kind of your thing, the darker kind of plum shade, which I actually really love, they have a whole, I think there's about 9 different shades to choose from. It feels really nice. It definitely has a thicker texture and consistency than the Glory Boon, so no streaking at all. Has a very moussey like consistency. Feels really hydrating on the lips. It doesn't dry down completely, so you don't get a super matte finish, in my opinion, but it does last a lot longer than the previous one. After eating and drinking, I still have color on my lips, and then like after a few meals, It definitely is not looking like this, but it leaves a nice kind of stain to the lip, which I really like lip products that do that. So I don't necessarily have to reapply if I don't want to, but I really like this. It feels really comfortable on the lips. It's definitely not a drying formula, so you won't feel your lips feel really dry or tight or any kind of uncomfortable feeling on the lips. In terms of transfer, let's kind of take a look and see how much you can see a transfer. So there is some transfer, but for me, that's not the biggest deal. I really love the ingredients. In terms of ingredients, I think All Natural did a really awesome job with this formula in formulating lip stains or liquid lipsticks with really great with really great ingredients. So there's castor seed oil, jojoba, coconut seed oil, shea butter, organic flavorings, iron oxides, titanium dioxide, micas, magnesium violet, and vitamin E. What you won't find in these: no synthetic preservatives, nanoparticles, gluten, parabens, fillers, dyes, and toxins. So really great formula, and honestly, I really love the wear and I like how it feels on the lip. So this one is in Hero. So this one is by Spella Cosmetics, as well as the one that I just did. So I have two of those shades, and this one is in Jet Set. The darker one, the previous swatch, was in Happy Hour. As for the formula, it is vegan and cruelty free, non-toxic. And what they mean by that is they adhere to the European standards for ingredients. So if you're not familiar, European standards are much more rigorous and strict than US cosmetic ingredient standards. So currently in the US, there are only about 11 banned ingredients. And in Europe, there are over 1,300 ingredients that are banned for use in cosmetics. Isn't that amazing? Like, really, US? So anyway, they adhere to those standards, which is really nice. And these are made in the USA. So in terms of how they wear and feel, these are much less thick in terms of how it applies. These are much less thick and mousse-like than the All Natural ones. So with this one, all I really need to get this amount of pigment and color is dip it in there once and it will do my entire lip. So that is astounding. Like, the amount of pigment in these is crazy, and that goes for both colors that I have. The applicator kind of really helps the shape of it in terms of kind of lining the lips and then filling in. So I really like that. It feels really, really light on the lips, and it feels really light and comfortable on the lips. So even though it is super pigmented, it dries down much more matte than the first two that I applied, but still feels really, really comfortable on my lips and not drying at all, which I really like. For the wear, it does a really good job of lasting through drinking and eating, and again, like the All Natural, leaves a stain behind when it does kind of start to fade away. I would say that the stain that these Spella liquid lipsticks leaves behind is much more noticeable than the Au Naturel stain that is left behind, which I really like. I'm really loving these. There are, I think, 9 total shades. I just have 2. There's a few other ones that I'm really interested in picking up, but these I really like. In terms of transfer, there's virtually no transfer with these. Like, seriously, it dries down very matte, and there's no kind of product really that's going to be left for transfer. So let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, there's virtually no transfer, which is nice. And the same goes for the other shade too. Last one is by Aromi, which I have 2 shades. This one is in Stella Rose, and the previous swatch that you saw was in Terracotta. So these are gluten-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. I will list the ingredients of each of these below so you can see exactly what is in these and choose what you feel comfortable with. Aromi has a ton of shades, which is amazing. Like, I will be on their site and like, oh, that looks pretty. Oh, that looks pretty. So there's something for everybody. They have light shades, dark shades, and everything in between. The wear is very nice. It is very much like a liquid lipstick feel, so similar to the Spella Cosmetics in that it's way thinner than the Au Naturel, so it goes on really easily and smoothly. Extremely pigmented. It dries down very matte. And what else? At the same time, like the Spella, does not feel at all uncomfortable on the lips. I tend to have dry lips, so I was always kind of weary about using a matte liquid lipstick, but these formulas are not drying at all on my lips personally. And like I said, I have dry lips, so that to me is huge. I can't wear it and then have like chapped lips for like the next week. So these do not do that. They're very hydrating in a way. Not hydrating, but they're not drying. My lips, they don't feel uncomfortable at all. And they just feel light. In terms of the staying power, it has a really good staying power. So after eating and drinking, I will still have some on. Like after I have a salad or something with like olive oil, I still have plenty of product on my lip. And similar to the other ones, it leaves behind a gorgeous stain on my lip, which I love. So I really like these, and these completely dry down, so these don't have much transfer at all. But like very little, see that? Very, very little transfer. So guys, that was it. Just to kind of go over everything again. In terms of longest wear, I would say Spella and Aromi definitely have a longer wear. Their ingredients are a little bit different than for example, the Au Naturel, which has very kind of super clean ingredients. So it all depends on kind of what you feel comfortable with and really what you're looking for in a liquid lipstick. If you're more concerned about ingredients, you might decide to check out Au Naturel and see how that works for you, or Glory Boon and see how you like those. If you are not super concerned about being like a super purist and super clean, then I would definitely look at the Spella and Aromi because their colors are gorgeous. Aromi has so many colors to choose from. Spella doesn't have as many, but definitely still has a nice variety of colors, and the feel and the lasting power of those, if you really like that, is amazing. And it dries down matte, and it does actually dry down, so there's much less transfer than the first two. And even having said that about their ingredients, I still think Aromi and Spella do a really good job. Even though like Aromi and Spella are not as clean as Au Natural, it really is up to you on what you feel comfortable wearing. I personally feel comfortable with the ingredients in both of those. So like I said, I will leave all the ingredients in the details below and you decide for yourself. In terms of comfort on the lips, they're all really comfortable on the lips. Like I always had this idea of like a matte liquid lipstick to be like very heavy and drying and uncomfortable on the lips, and these are not at all like that. They are very comfortable. They feel really light on the lips. They do not feel drying at all, and they don't like leave my lips like feeling thirsty or anything like that. And today I kind of like had to wipe off and do all that, and still, like even with this last one, my lips feel great and it feels fine, and it doesn't feel like my lips are like hurting. So really great formula in terms of that for all of them across the board. Anyway, so that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any comments below if you've tried these or if you have a favorite liquid lipstick. Share it with me. I would love to explore any new brands out there. And thank you for watching. Bye.